Welcome everyone. Today I want to talk about the biggest update that has come out by far in Hyper Scape, and it seems like they've dropped this update right in time for the launch of consoles. Now this brand new update has been the most controversial. A lot of people have already complained about this new update. I personally think it's a really good thing, and this update is definitely going to change the way people currently play Hyper Scape. If you do enjoy today's video and you want to be generous, be sure to scroll down, click the like button. Let's try and aim for 150 likes on today's video. Be sure to subscribe with the notification bells turned on so you don't miss out on any future Hyper Scape videos. But now that out of the way, let's talk about this gigantic update Hyper Scape released yesterday. Now, I'm not going to talk about every single change within the update because otherwise this video will be 33 minutes long. So I just want to get to the important stuff and the biggest changes. And if you guys want to see everything that's been changed, there will be a link down below in the description. Be sure to check it out after the video. But there have been two giant changes. The first thing being the time to kill has been decreased significantly on most weapons, and most of the abilities, the most popular abilities, have had an increased cooldown time, meaning you can't use them as often as you used to be able to use them. And the reason why the devs have given most of the abilities an increased cooldown time is because before this update came out, people were using these abilities as a get out of jail free card, including myself, of course. Let's be honest, if you've played this game in the open beta, you will have abused invisibility, armor, just to get out of horrible situations, and that would have been the reason why you stayed alive in the situation. But now it's completely changed. So after reading these patch notes, a few weapons I want to talk about are the Ripper, the Riot one, Mammoth, and the Protocol as well. So the Ripper, which is the assault rifle, has had a damage increase from 11 to 13 body damage, and if you've got it fully upgraded, it now does 15 body damage as opposed to 13 in the previous patch. That just makes the time to kill on this weapon a lot faster. Now the Riot one has also received a huge change. The Riot one now does 29 body damage as opposed to 26 on level 1. On level 2 it does 31 damage as opposed to 29. Level 3 it does 33 damage as opposed to 31. Level 4 damage it does 35 damage as opposed to 34. And lastly, if you get this fully maxed out, it's going to do 39 damage as opposed to 38, which is another huge change. But I think the biggest change in this update has got to be the Mammoth Shotgun. I'm sure most of you console players have seen this shotgun in my previous videos, and this has just received a huge change. So they have increased the damage per pellet to 6, which was previously 5. Now bear in mind there are multiple pellets that shoot out per one shot, and if you add every 1 damage for each pellet, then the damage, it just starts to become a little bit insane on the Mammoth. You can drop consistent 60 to 70 shots, and just take a look at this example here. I easily two-shotted this guy with the Mammoth. This was after the update. I literally got the gameplay 2 hours ago, so everything you guys see in the background is from the new patch, and the Mammoth is definitely one of the strongest weapons in the game right now. And for all of you console players that will be playing this game on the PS4 and Xbox, be sure to use the Mammoth and give it a go because this thing is dangerous. The spread of the pellets are very tight, and if you land a headshot and land most or all of your pellets onto the enemy, it's going to do a one-shot kill. This thing is just disgusting. I think the new meta when it comes to console launch is going to be the Mammoth and then using the fully auto gun. You use the Mammoth to start off with to deal a chunk of damage into enemies, then you change over to a fully auto gun to finish them off. I think that's what the meta is going to be when it comes to the full launch of the game, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Now the last weapon I want to touch on is a Protocol. As I'm sure most of you guys are aware, if you had this thing fully maxed out, it would be a one-shot kill to the head. They've removed that from the game. It now does 100 damage to the head, and they've also decreased the body damage from level 3 onwards to level 5, and I think this is a good thing. I'll tell you guys why. Because when you play solo in this game and you get one shot killed by a Protocol sniper, it does become slightly unfair. Sniping is very easy in this game compared to other games. There's no travel time for bullets, it's completely hit scan, and it's much easier to land headshots. So now if you land a headshot with the sniper, having it fully maxed out, you're going to have to switch over to your other weapon to finish the enemies off. Oh, I can't wait for the console launch. This update here has just thrown the spanner in the works, and now it's like we're gonna have to learn what the new weapons are. And you guys on console really haven't missed much because because this update has almost brought a new style to the game, so I'm really pumped for that. Now, I briefly want to touch on the abilities because the abilities have completely been slammed, but let's touch on the abilities briefly. And as I said earlier, if you want to check all of the changes, be sure to click the link in the description. It'll bring you over to the patch notes. So they've increased the cooldown time by 2 seconds on ball, slam, armor, and teleport as well. These are by far some of the most popular hacks in the game, and people were abusing these hacks to just get out of horrible situations, and them 2 seconds are very crucial indeed. Although some of you guys might be thinking 2 seconds is hardly any time, well, when it comes to Hyper Scape, when each millisecond counts, trust me, 2 seconds is a huge change. But more importantly, invisibility, which is by far the most used ability in this game, is very popular indeed, and that's for a good reason. It's quite overpowered. You can turn invisible, approach enemies, and then just fire some easy shots before enemies realize where the heck you are. They have increased the cooldown time on invisibility by 4 seconds, which is huge. Not only have they increased the cooldown time, they've also decreased the duration to 5 seconds from 8 seconds. So I think invisibility will be the least effective ability in this game, because the fact that they've also reduced the amount of time you're invisible is going to be a huge kick in the teeth. Bearing in mind, people can hear you whilst you turn invisible. There's a sound that goes with you, and it only takes 5 seconds for you to reappear. So I don't think invisibility is going to be nowhere near as powerful as it once was. So I think now's a good time to say rip invisibility. Heal has also received a very huge nerf. They've increased the cooldown by 4 seconds, just like they did with invisibility, and they've also decreased the duration to 9 seconds from 15 seconds. That's huge. I still think a lot of people are going to use heal because it's very much in the meta at the moment, and it's a nice ability to have because it takes a long time for your health to regen in this game. So having heal really does help you out a lot, but just bear in mind that you're going to have to wait an extra 4 seconds, and you're only going to have it on the floor for 9 seconds. The grenade launchers have also received huge changes, as well as other weapons, so be sure to check it all out down below. But I just wanted to speak about the huge changes and what direction they were trying to go in when they've done this update, because a lot of people have been complaining. But I done a video earlier this week about why this game isn't doing as well, and I think it's lost a lot of its casual audience because the skill gap is so high. And I think with this update, they aimed at bringing back that casual audience by lowering the time to kill, making it easier for less skilled players to get kills. And it's good that you have to rely more on your gun skill rather than your abilities now, because the cooldown's been increased for almost every single ability. So I'm with these changes. I'm actually agreeing with these changes purely because I think the casual audience is important to any game, as most players are at a medium skill level. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thank you all for watching. Be sure you're liking, subscribing, all of that good stuff. And as always, I'll catch all of you guys out in another brand new Hyper Scape video.